Hello everyone, welcome to Ragdima Roots, crafted with love, rooted in Grandma's wisdom. Today we are bringing to you one more simple preparation which can be made at home using garlic. We have only two ingredients, garlic and milk. This is a preparation which was a very common home remedy in many of the Kerala households, and which is something which I have learned from the elders of my family. So this is a preparation which we commonly use for flatulence or bloating, and which in common language we call as gas formation or gas trouble. Okay, so what we need is a few cloves of garlic. So as I suggested before, this is not exactly a medicine. This is just a home remedy, or we can call it like a superfood. So we are using only very little amount of garlic, not as much as we use in a medicine preparation. Then you need half glass of milk and you need half glass of water. So let's start with the preparation. So I'm using a few cloves of garlic. As I told you before, this is exactly not a medicine. This is just a home remedy. So you don't need too much of garlic. This is more like a food than a medicine which you can consume on a regular basis. So you just need to crush the garlic. So now you can transfer this to a vessel. To that, add half a glass of water and half glass of milk. Now you can start boiling this. So keep in mind, once the mixture boils, then shift to a low flame, and the remaining has to happen in a low flame. Now it is almost done. So let me transfer it into a glass. So this is your garlic milk. I don't recommend adding more garlic than what we showed, because 5 or 6 cloves is more than enough. But for some people, this won't feel palatable, especially if you don't like this taste of garlic. Then according to your taste, you can bring down the quantity of garlic that you are using. Of course, it will be a milder version, but it is better to have that at least in that form than avoiding it completely. And depending on your taste, depending on your palatability, if you have this problem of gas trouble or gas formation, which we call flatulence, on a regular basis, this is something which you can consume on a regular basis also. Or otherwise, if you feel once your problem has settled down, you can take a break, and then you can switch to maybe weekly, twice or thrice, or even gradually you can taper and end using this preparation. One thing you have to keep in mind is, if you develop acidity in between, or if you feel too much of burning sensation is there in your stomach, then maybe you can reduce the quantity, or you can altogether stop using this, because garlic has a tendency to increase hyperacidity. This preparation, as in one of my previous episodes I have shown, any preparation containing garlic is good for not just flatulence, but also reducing the pain along with menstruation. But what you have to keep in mind is, avoid it if you have excess menstrual bleeding. But if you have a regular menstrual flow, or even if a reduced menstrual flow, then this is a good option for you. That was another home remedy which is part of our tradition that we would like to bring back to you. You would have learned something similar from your parents or grandparents. If you have such recipes which you feel is being slowly forgotten, please do share it with us. We intend to bring back those time-tested remedies which was part of our culture and tradition back to you. See you next week with another episode of Ragdima Roots, crafted with love, rooted in Grandma's wisdom. Namaste.